But like I was saying, I realized that my wounds are taking the lead and doing the attraction. And I have emotional wounds when it comes to what was imprinted within the structure of my DNA, left behind by my father and my mother. They emotionally wounded me and abandoned me. So, my subconscious attracts men who will do the same, who will be emotionally unavailable, and that's the basis of the attraction. And the more emotionally unavailable a man is, the stronger the sexual attraction. And once I mean, I've been known this, but it kind of like I had a enough is enough moment. And a lot of times in life, we will dance a sacred dance until we are sick and tired. I was saying that a lot of times we will dance the sacred dance to our wounds until we get tired of being sick and tired. Just as Paul was tired of the thorn in his flesh. It's just like this last time, it's just something about this last time. It just taking that dance and doing the twirling and the dipping and just one last hoorah, I guess. It just like physically, it was kind of like my system was regurgitating the experience. It was like, oh my goodness, I felt in my entire being, in my cells, in my DNA, that dance was the last dance and it was over. And a lot of times we elevate and stand in wholeness, but we're still capable of being triggered. And it's just certain things, like in certain points in my life, I knew, like, if it was something that I was struggling with, it was like I would say, I'm going to stop doing this, I'm going to stop doing this. And I knew that I would still do it. But it was like when I knew that I was serious, I felt this feeling that I feel now. And it's so liberating, because I've, even before I would get involved into romantic relationships, just platonic relationships, they were all emotionally unavailable. It's like through every person who came into my life, I attracted them from a space of my trauma to reflect my trauma. And oh my goodness. And it's like now I'm in a place where, and it's been for a while now, where But it's been a while now where I've been attracting from a different space, a different place, a different frequency. It's like a new script is acting out. And it's like I feel my subconscious at war with trying to basically my ego trying to protect me throughout this whole process. Normally I just attract people who use me, abuse me, never give back to me. I say for about basically this new year, I've been attracting people who are giving to me. Oh my goodness. Who has been showing me love, complimenting me. I don't even have to ask. Like every day I get complimented on so many different aspects of myself. Like I've never been in a place where I've had so many compliments, not only on my outer beauty, but my inner beauty. I've never had people acknowledge that I'm so kind and loving and sweet, and I never had people admit that they learn from me, that they enjoy my company. They tell me my energy is lit. They love being around me. I've never had that experience up until this year, and I'm just attracting from a different place. I've had the experience where I've had men, every time I change my toe polish, my nail polish, my hairstyle, just the slightest change, it's noticed and acknowledged. And I'm used to attracting people who, even if they did enjoy my company, they wouldn't admit it. Even if they thought I was beautiful, they wouldn't express it. Even if they knew I smelled good, they wouldn't tell me they like my fragrance. Even if they were learning from me, they wouldn't acknowledge that they're learning from me. And just being in this place where I'm being acknowledged and poured back into is just like, it's priceless. And just recently I was reminded of the thorn in my flesh. And for a minute, I really wanted to just dance one more time. I'll admit it, with my wounds, but it made me sick to my stomach, every second of it. And it's like the old me is truly dead and gone, and I'm attracting from a new place. Every day money flows to me. Every day love, kindness, like the way that I speak to myself and treat myself, people around me speak to me and treat me the same way. It's just like so much support. Like I've been alone my whole life, and I feel like I'm finally in a place where I'm not alone, even though I really haven't established a long-term friendship with anyone, but it's just like the daily support. I've never experienced anything like this, and it is emotionally fulfilling. And one of my wounds, my biggest wound, was emotional abandonment. And it's like, to experience this it's causing me to be the whole me. Like, it's causing me to feel safe, fearless. It's causing me to want to forgive all things done to me out of malice and malicious places. It's causing me to just, like, I feel like a gentle giant, if I could explain. I just feel so free, so soft, so... I forgot where I left off. I had to pause it for a minute. But this process and this journey has given me strength like no other. Strength that I actually never knew that existed. In such a hurtful phase of my life. Like, it's right on time. Redemption is a real thing. I don't know why, but a lot of people, they meet me and they mistake my love, my kindness, my gentleness for weakness or lack of self-love. And oh my goodness, it is my self-love that leads and guides me into deeper levels of love daily. I reach within myself and I find and I greet and I meet and I pull out. Like, it's like I meet myself on one level of love, and then I realize that I become acquainted with a whole new level of self-love. And it just blows me. Although I am still human, I'm more of a spirit, an entity having a human experience than I am a human having a spiritual experience. So, it's been overwhelmingly delicious to live with this thorn in my flesh thus long, and to finally see it. It's kind of like being surgically removed, but gently, little by little, bit by bit. Because I believe if I was to just yank the thorn out, it would possibly cause me to bleed all over the place, bleed out, to leak all over people, places, and things. And instead, life is just so generous and kind enough to be patient. And back to me having to examine myself and ask myself the real questions, like, why do you desire this person? Why are you attracted to this thing? Why are you attracted to emotionally unavailable men and women and kids, or, whatever? Why are you attracted to people, places, and things that don't support you and show up for you? And I just had to, answer those questions. A part of me is truly attracted to those experiences. And all I kept hearing was just give compassion to yourself, compassion yourself, love yourself through it, because I constantly am always loving others and being compassionate to others. And it was like, why don't you just extend that compassion and that love towards yourself right now? Because as upset as you want to be with yourself, give yourself a break. You don't realize that you've already become whole in that area. You just having a moment of being triggered. And you just have to accept it for what it is. And wholeness never happens overnight. And when you heal, you don't just heal in one day. Healing is a process. Mending is a process. I just kept hearing, you didn't develop the wounding and the wounds and the scars overnight. So why on earth would you expect to heal and mend them overnight? So I said all this to say, everybody who's understanding that they have a thorn in the flesh, or something that makes them feel weak or feel human, or something that you want to get rid of or rid yourself of, but you're not quite there yet, or maybe you are there but you have moments of being triggered. Just think it not strange when you experience the human part of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. And be understanding most of all. What you need from you is understanding. You need to understand why you tick the way that you tick, why you respond the way that you respond, why do you react the way that you react. And you have to be willing to be honest with yourself. Like, I had to just say, because I like it. Like, I like the intensity. I like I don't know. It's just like, it's really intense. That's all I can think of to describe the situation when dealing with somebody who mirrors my trauma. Is just extremely intense. And not so much anymore. It's not that. It's like extremely sickening to my stomach. Like, it's just like, ugh. And I'm just grateful for every moment, every dance that I dance with my sacred wounds, that led, every step I took that led me to this point, to this moment of freedom, understanding, clarity, truth. It's like now I'm in a space where I could actually attract a romantic partner that not mirrors, who doesn't mirror my wounds, but mirrors my throne, my altar, my sacredness, my wholeness, my understanding, my truth, my just everything that I am and everything that I am not. And I also realized I was attracting these people because I felt like I was attracted to these people because I felt like they had something that I didn't have, or they could give me something that I couldn't give to myself, which was emotional fulfillment. And that had to come from me. Even if I wanted them to aid me in acting out the wound again, where it first began with my father and my mother being emotionally unavailable. Even if I just wanted to keep that dynamic going, I'm just keeping it going in vain, because that's not my father, that's not my mother, and they cannot heal the wound that my parents left, because that would have to be something that we healed or mended together, or I allow myself to heal alone. These people cannot make up for what my mother and my father left within the structure of my DNA. It's embedded. So now it's just my job to sing a new song, create a new story, tell myself a new story, believe the new story, live the new story, breathe the new story, move like it's already done, like I'm already living it. And one thing about life, you cannot fake vibration, you cannot fake light speed, you cannot fake how fast you move, how fast you quantum leap. You can quantum leap and not be all the way there yet, which is why you will get there and still be able to be triggered, but it is what it is, because it's all a beautiful learning experience. It's a sacred dance. We are sacred music, rhythm, and blues. We are dancing a sacred dance just by being here. We have a sound, we have a vibration, we have a rhythm, we have a beat. And I encourage everybody listening just to dance. Go with the flow, go with the rhythm, go with the beat of your life, of your tune, of your sound. And don't take no shortcuts, because it's the surest way to fail. Or not even fail, because I don't really believe that we fail. I believe that we have stumbling blocks, and eventually we get to where we are trying to go if we apply ourselves. Now, I've seen people die the same, and that's really a tragedy. Imagine how much art, gifts, talents are buried in the cemetery. Imagine how many people didn't get to, oh my goodness, authentically express themselves and be themselves and speak and their say. And that's why my whole life I've always been myself. I've never tried to fit in. I've never tried to be anyone else. I've never met a person I was jealous of. I've never competed with anyone. I never compare my life to anyone's. I've never seen a life that I wanted to live. I've never desired things that other people desire. I have totally different outlooks on success. To me, success is cleansing out these emotional traumas and emotional experiences that were not so pleasant, to become more of my truest self, the self that was suppressed and made to shut up or made traumatized. A lot of people just inflicted trauma onto me, thinking that it will make me not want to be myself, make me shut down, make me quit and give up. But that's never been a part of my character. That's not who I am. I've never been one to worry about anything outside of me. I've always took into consideration my own opinion above anyone else's. I've always listen to my inner voice and my inner instructions above any others. I kind of was raised by my inner voice. By my inner voice and my inner compass, my inner morals and values, because I was raised in an environment that was treacherous and really rough, really hard, really cutthroat. And I knew that I didn't want to be that way. I didn't want to be a product of my environment. I didn't want to indulge in the things that my family indulged in. I didn't want to be anything like that. So I learned early on to go within and find out for myself what felt best for me and what felt right for me. I would always be cast out and outcasted because I had my own thoughts. I followed my own, I danced to the beat of my own drum, even if I got beat for it, even if I had to go. It was times where it would get so crazy in my household, I would go and bury myself under bags of clothes just to hide from all of the incest, molestation, fights, and things that were going on in my environment. I'll never forget, I was coming home from school and I was so excited. I had a great day at school and I ran right into the house and I remember, I have my little ice cream in a deep freezer, and I couldn't wait to get to it. And I ran in the house, ran straight to the deep freezer, and I opened up the deep freezer, and in the deep freezer was a body, a bloody body. And that was one of my first very traumatic experiences that caused me to kind of split and go within and like draw within, like go into my shell, and kind of, it was like the first true sign of me understanding that I was in danger, that I was not safe, and that I needed to find protection and a way out. So I began to seek myself at a young age and follow my inner compass, my inner morals and values at a young age. Like, everybody around me was having sex, like doing inappropriate things at an age where we were so tender and young, and I just wasn't for it. I wasn't with it. It was never embedded within me to do those things, even though I was surrounded by it. So, like, when I attract these emotionally unavailable people, it's frustrating because, don't get me wrong, I was gonna say I'm not perfect, but I am perfect. Everything that God has made is perfect, period. So yes, every detail about me, my flaws and all, it creates the perfect imperfection. It's perfection. What I would say is, I'm flawed, and I have my thorn in my flesh, but I don't have much that I have to work through. Pretty much I go through a lot, especially by the hands of others, and I'm the type, I look and acknowledge what people doing, and I say what they got to do with me, and I keep it moving, and I keep my eyes focused on the prize. I don't allow what other people do to cause me to be bitter or take it out on other people as much as I would love to. It's just not in me. I'm not built that way. And I am so grateful for, oh my goodness, for this heart and this mind and this inner compass that I have that leads and guides me into all truth daily, that causes me to walk with integrity and love and honor. Oh my goodness. And I'm even grateful more so now. It was a time in my life where I was suppressed if I wanted to curse somebody out or if I wanted to stand up for myself and fight back. I would suppress it. Instead, I would bleed for them and keep it in. And just for the sake of peace, or because I knew that they wouldn't be prepared to handle how I could give it or how I can dish it or how I could come off, because I take it to too far. So people say, but honestly, I don't bother anybody. So when provoked, I don't feel bad when I have to stand up for myself or speak out or tell the truth, or like I'm fearless when it comes to those things, because it's not much. Like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I've lived out every fear of mine so far, and I lived through it. So it's like now I'm ready to show myself more, allow people to see my personality more, and experience more of me, because I want to remain somewhat of a mystery, but I want everybody to know who I am, because if left up to others to interpret me, I could be misinterpreted, which I could still be misinterpreted. I can give you the map and you can still interpret me in the way that you want. That is the beauty of art. So I just wanted to get that out and just speak on, like, finally, oh my goodness, I'm free. Like, just even experiencing reciprocation, oh my gosh, it just feel like the biggest curse over my life is just broken. And now I just need to stand firm in the romantic aspect or whatever. And I've been waiting since I've got divorced. I've been calling myself waiting on my person, saving myself for my person, because I really believe that there is somebody out there who mirrors my throne, my divinity, and not just mirroring it like, oh, I studied you just like a narcissist would study your trauma just to reflect back to you. Like if you say, oh, I want a hero, then he'll try to show up as a hero. You say, oh, I want him to have this, he'll show up as having this. And, you know, they be pretty much far from what they try to mirror. But it in time, you will be able to trust yourself enough to know as soon as you meet a person whether they will be beneficial or a liability. And honestly, there's no person on earth who deserves to be in union with someone who doesn't benefit them in any kind of way. It should be mutually beneficial to both people. And if not, then you are definitely doing yourself a disservice. You are disrespecting your own energy. And you are giving permission to heartbreak and heartache. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to just go ahead and leave it there. I want you guys to know that I love you so, so much. And I really hope that this inspires somebody to be more compassionate and seek understanding of self. Seek understanding of self with self more than you seek understanding from anything and anyone else. I love you. Bye.